So this is going to be like a journal entry. It's going to be a journal entry for last few days. I do these to make sure that I put everything down and I try to remember everything that's happened and how it's all been so freaking weird for me. So today I posted a video of me getting up and not being able to walk almost, and my back hurting and my legs hurting, and just I couldn't, and I had slept way too much, way too much. I must have, but I fell asleep, and I was eating this peanut butter that this woman gave me yesterday, and some other things, a few things that she had given me, and like early in the morning, I kind of woke up and I started eating it, and then I kind of fell out of it again. And every time I wake up, I eat a little more, and I'd fall out again. That's kind of weird. Something like that has never really happened to me. And again, I want to put this back into the thing. The other day, I posted those videos about them all getting together and robbing me. And while it seemed very improbable, it actually was very much. And just because it didn't happen doesn't mean that it wasn't planned to happen. And they just decided last minute, you know what? Because I did ask some questions to Laura when I went to her tent that morning. I asked her a few questions, and I'm like, you guys, and I did mention something about, like, you guys all getting together ready to rob me. So she might have known. She didn't know. So because now kind of weird. This woman Laura, she goes through what I'm seeing her, because she says things to me, and she really wants me to trust her in a sense where she's not lying and stuff. And the other day, I almost gave her my bank card because I can't go into the shop anymore, and she was going to the shop right. So I said, can you just get me something? And I'm like, and then I have to give her my debit card number. No, I don't want to do that. It's really weird. It's like all these things are happening, and then I start thinking about the probabilities of what they are. And then I go, oh shit, if it's that, it's really bad. But then something about these people just kind of pushed me back. Same thing with Bobby and him stealing my scooter. I had forgotten the other scooter, and I said, oh, you know what, don't worry about it, blah, blah. And I won't go to court, and I understand, and whatever. But don't ever do it again. And he did it again. They have a knack of really being good actors, I guess. I mean, being good liars, if you want to say. So now this Laura is kind of weird. To me, she kind of, like, what I'm seeing her trying to do is trying to be really friendly to me all of a sudden. She's an older woman. I'm not really attracted to her anyway, but I think she's attracted to my disability money. Because what's happening I'm seeing is that she knows when I get it now, and she knows how much I get, and then again, these things that come out of me when people are nice to me and they start talking to me, and they're like, oh yeah, and I'm just like, I don't care. But then I'm like, oh shit. At the same time, it's like, well, then I'll know for sure. Because what I've seen her trying to do, like, especially what happened yesterday, is like, she gave me some stuff that I believe had some fentanyl in it, or something in it that knocked me out. What happened there is, like, I almost couldn't walk. Like I was getting my Guillain-Barré syndrome back again at full force. It was kind of a little scary this morning. And what it seems like is that she's kind of like trying to, like, be this thing where if I'm helpless, she could be the helper, and I help her and she helps me, and and it's almost like, if she can get me sick enough, then she can stick, say, oh, I'm gonna take care of her, and then all of a sudden she gets my disability money without even, like, without even being a relative or a significant other. that's what I've been seeing the last couple of days, because she really needs help, because these people rob her too and go on and all the time. But at the same time, she seems to be pretty, she's comfortable being down here, with all these like semi-crooks or whatever you want to call them, homeless crooks, and not everybody down here is like this, but there's a good amount of people like that. You gotta, it's again, you beg, borrow, you work for a living, beg for a living, borrow for a living, steal for a living. Because you have to earn a living, so, somehow. Just being born doesn't give you a living. Okay? You have to earn that living. So, it's kind of weird. I'm kind of like, one of these probabilities are coming into my head that are like, well, maybe she's like a Black Widow, kind of a thing where, she's grooming me to lose all my any kind of like abilities that I have, and then go back to being sick, and then she can just like take care of me. So because she goes from being really kind of nice and then really bitchy, and then all of a sudden when I like I said, when I stop people from ripping me off, all of a sudden they become belligerent and very mean. She sent me a long text about how much money I owe her, about this. She put up this and that, and yeah, but I left the $40, and she ended up giving me back. But then I I ended up buying breakfast and I have a whole list of things that I don't want to go into in that, but she seems like somebody that will, because as soon as you're not doing what she wants you to do, she's going to give you the long list of things that you are. So, all right, okay, that's right. I got you. I understand, because we're all down here, but it's almost like she purposely does things. Like she'll bring me some the stuff there. People donate stuff, and she'll bring me like a little thing of whatever she got, she got from me, and she'll bring me all these little things here and there, and she just kind of like marks them down. And when it's I don't, do you have some money, because do you have anything? Well, no, I'm as broke as you. I was like, well, I saw you go and get cigarettes. I was like, yeah, but it's almost like I got to report it to her whenever I get money. That's what I got myself into down here, befriending the one person that was being like kind of like taking advantage of, like I am down here. And I'm pretty good at not being taken advantage of. But here it's just like they're like I said, they're really good actors. They can sympathize you, and they can make you feel like they really understand what you're saying. And support what you're saying, but they really don't. They just want to get close enough to just to pick that wallet and just run, So that's what's going on over here now. So now I'm like, this back to this not really trusting her thing, and maybe she is in Lisa Bobby. I'm waiting for my scooter. His girlfriend keeps on telling me, oh, he was arrested, and some guys has a scooter. So he was just waiting for him to get home. It's been a day and a half now. Well, and then he's going to go get the scooter. So I'm right now. I haven't called the cops. I haven't reported it stolen. If that whole scenario thing doesn't happen today, then I'll report it stolen. I don't know what else to do. I wanted to beat the kid up at first, but it's like. I don't want to beat anybody up. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight over things that other people fight over. This is the thing. Yo, man, somebody was so for me, I would have kicked this fucking ass the same night. Like, I know you would have, but I don't. Excuse me. I don't like kicking ass. I don't like fighting people. So I'm defending myself. But if I gotta go and somebody steals from me, then what do you do? Well, you just stand there. Well, you call the police. The police didn't do anything last time. Are they gonna do anything this time? He's going to go to court, and another court case is going to take like six months to a year for it to go. And I listen to scooters, and I have to waste the day fucking listening to him, say, hey, well he lent it to me, whatever. I didn't. And if I did lend you, it wasn't going to be for 3 days, 5 days. It's going to be for 15 minutes where you go to the store. But so. So now I'm back to that same place where I'm. One person I was kind of trusting, this woman I was trying to helping, but now I'm not trusting her either. I'm trying to stay away from all these people, honestly. And it sucks. And it's not that I don't. It's like they're all. Their main focus, all of them, is getting money. So I don't really trust any of them. While some of them seem like we have some common interests, I don't know if they're just bullshitting me to get close to me to get to be able to, I'm a guy here with stuff, they don't have stuff, so. Yeah, other than that, I'm just waiting every day. Some people that donate some cash, I appreciate it. The people that did, people that don't, it's like, you're mad at me for asking, or you should get a job, or whatever. What other comments you give me, it's like, all right, thank you. I don't know what to say. You didn't watch the video then. Oh, but you can go to social. You didn't watch the video then. Just watch the other video, and you'll understand why. If you don't understand why, then just go on. Don't watch anything of mine, because you'll not understand anything of mine then. I'm just trying to be out here. And yeah, I would love to be right now in a nice freaking hotel, or better off, a house, and getting laying back in my backyard smoking a big J, man. I would love to be doing right now, but I can't. I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be doing this, whether I like it or not. This is where I am, and nothing is pulling me. Sometimes I feel like I'm literally trapped in this fucking place, in this whole town. I'm just literally trapped here. Like I can't. They took everything away from me that I can possibly get out with. They took my car. They took my scooter. Third scooter I lost already. Third scooter I lost already. That was one. I don't know what else to say. Can I walk out? I can't walk out of ways. I have to leave all this stuff. Whatever I can carry on my back. I mean, put it in the backpack, put it on your shoulder, and just go, man. Figure it out when you leave. As soon as you leave here, then when you get money, you'll probably be able to, not really, unless you go somewhere cheap. The whole world is expensive now. Everywhere in this world is expensive. This place is a little bit cheaper, but they're all. I mean, there's no freedom on this planet. That's why I call it a slave planet. Slave planet for souls. So now I'm just kind of like, it's a nice sunrise. Sun feels good. Oh, that's really good. I just don't know what to say. This little microcosm of a place, just like it. I've never met this many dishonest people in my life. I gotta say. When you're homeless, you probably. I mean, I'm homeless, but there's some that aren't. But there are a lot of them that are, and the ones that are, it's like they're picking out the ones that aren't. So then those are the ones that they target. Like me, like this woman, but then they also target each other. There's little like feuds, like what do you call them? Hatfields and McCoy type feuds. When they're just fighting and ripping each other off, and I guess they wanted me to be part of that. It's like I can't steal from anybody else, and I don't really want to. But I guess if you need money and you don't have anything, and you don't have anything to sell, and you have to find something to sell, and it's going to be like, somebody that isn't like, if you steal from me, I'm going to shoot you, man. It's like, I don't have a gun, I don't shoot people. Like I said, me just hurting someone, it's going to have to be someone in self-defense that hurts me. I don't attack people for any reason, physically. I think that's wrong. But at the same time, it's not easy being robbed, and watching the people that robbed you just walk back and forth, and you can't do nothing about it. That's how it's been out since I've been out here. That's poverty, man. That is like poverty, That's why, even if you have something nice, you might not have it for long. see. What else? Yeah, so I'm back. So I'm back to this, and you know the great thing about this being homeless thing is that I really don't. I don't. But bills, you know, whatever I get, I can afford it. I'll pay. If not, I just throw it in the corner. I've gotten letter after letter after letter from the hospital for my broken jaw. You know, I have money over here, money over there. As I get. The insurance company probably didn't pay most of it. They definitely didn't pay the $79,000 for the wiring job they did, the lousy wiring job they did, because I told them it wasn't necessary, and they said, okay, we're not paying. So then they charging me, throw it in the corner. You know. Eventually, I'll burn in the fireplace. You know, that's I don't have anything to really like. I don't have. I have to go to an appointment. I have an appointment. I don't even go to the doctor. I have a doctor's appointment. No, I'm fine. I'm not going checkups or I'm not going anything. You know, and so that's the great thing. But then I get pulled into, and I'm glad because I'm not pulled into any like drama, you know, family drama or you know, or like say, you know, relationship drama or none of that shit. I don't get pulled into it. You know, it's great. It's a good part of like, you know, detaching yourself from all that bullshit that they dump on you in this reality, in this civilization. But then I get pulled into, even if I try to avoid it, I get pulled into this thing. And if I don't play game, I don't play along, then I get attacked. You know, Joe broken, the place ransacked and stuff stolen. So just can't get away from it, from this human civilization. And the thing of it is, out of everything that I just said, money is the root cause. Because if everything was free and we didn't have money, these people wouldn't need money. And they don't have to rob me. They'd probably be more honest. This whole civilization would be honest and trustworthy with itself. As it is now, the civilization is not trustworthy in any way, shape, or form. It's still feeding off of the whole animal survival of the fittest thing, and it's using money as that survival and that survival thing. You don't need food; you get money to get food. You know, you don't need anything yourself. You just need the money to get the thing. And just have the money and have enough of it, then you can get the thing, and then you can get more things, and you can get all the things that you want. and then you'll be happy, right? Probably not. Because that's how money is. Can never bring you happiness because it is sucking the life out of you. It's basically killing you, man. So how's it going to make you happy? Everybody buying all these things that you wanted and you couldn't afford, now you have. But then what do you have to do to get to that point? Making that money to get to that point. If you're okay with what you're doing, then that's fine. You got no empathy. But when you realize that, you know, to get that money, you have to do something to take the money away from somebody else, right? You know, wealth creates poverty, which means that, you know, there would be no wealth if poverty didn't exist. There was somewhere that these people had so much of this thing that that the poverty doesn't have that creates that you know, the caste system. If not, everything would be equal. No money, there would be equality would be, you know, everybody would be equal and everybody would be like the middle class, and everybody would accept, you know, having a decent size this and that and this. And no, you'll have the things, you would have the things. But you wouldn't have to figure out which one should I buy? This one, that one, or that one, that one. No, but we only make the best now. That's all we make is the best. We don't make, you know, best, medium, worst. It takes more money to make the best. There's no money involved, so we just all get together and make the best one. You know, how easy as that would be, and you wouldn't have any of the problems associated. So all the problems that I said that I've had in the past with people, they're related to the money that you people still want to keep as a piece of your civilization, as actually a controlling mechanism of your civilization, controlling aspect of your civilization. It's controlling you and it's enslaving you, because that's what the wealth class has to do to make sure that it stays wealthy. It's not like, you know, some people get wealthy and then other people don't. It's almost like no. There's the wealth class. The wealth class is them, and they know exactly how to, you know, reincarnate correctly, and they come back into that same wealth class and the bloodlines and you know, and all that bullshit. All that represents how the wealth control civilization by way of money. You eliminate money, all those problems go away. You eliminate the fact that there is a wealth class, you ignore them, you say there is no such thing as wealth, everything is equal. Equality is what we now push as a civilization, not a caste, wealth, middle class, poverty class system. If you could, what's the phrase? What the mind can conceive, the will can achieve, right? What the mind can conceive, the will can achieve. So the mind conceives an equality-based system where there's no monetary system to value in life, monetary life, and the will can achieve it. If you want it, if you want to achieve it. If not, you're running on autopilot, and wherever the wealth class wants to take you, they will, and eventually they will take you straight into hell. I'm sorry if I upset anybody. Somebody told me today that some of these things make them nauseous and they feel like throwing up, and it's upsetting. It's like, but don't get upset. I'm not doing this to upset you or anybody. I'm doing this to awaken enough people that a change can happen. Because if a change doesn't happen, then it's not worth continuing this civilization. And that's how your creator feels. You've had this long enough. You've been enslaved by this system and this caste system long enough, since the days of the kings and the queens. You know, that is the minute that you know, because what makes them powerful, right? Or the bloodlines and the connections to God. No, what makes them powerful is the money that they've convinced you that you need, and they have more of, and then they can pay the security to go and make sure that they get it from you, to make sure that, you know, that then they have more of it and you have less of it, and it makes them more valuable and you less valuable. So the equality goes out the window. So there's no trust in civilization. No, there's no such thing as no true level of trust. Never, ever. Number two, no trust. There's no love. You know, so please don't get upset. I'm not saying this to get upset and make you nauseous. I mean, you know, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the reality that we face and that most of you ignore. So not ignoring it can make a change happen. Ignoring it and saying, well, how are we going to change it? There's no way we can change it. What the will, the mind can conceive, the will can achieve with enough sustained action. You're not going to achieve something without the sustained action of doing it. The sustained action of doing it is eliminating money and then creating this utopian heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it, you know, Ubuntu type system, where there's nothing that values human life. And at that point, every child born will be taken care of from birth and death, because that is your purpose as a civilization. To make sure all the souls will come in here, go through what they meant to go through, get rid of their karma, and then get up there what they're needed. And right now, they're lacking. So at least in this dimension, from this civilization. There's others that no problem. But your civilization happens to be the one that God decided to put this monetary system in to enslave you and say, if you would ever just get up and just do it, rid yourself of it and go back to, you know, what you need to be. If you can't, you can't. So, and then that's not good. Trust me, it's not good. Namaste.